What's going on, guys? This is Matt Qualls from Sports Memo and Wager Talk. Happy Black Friday. Hope everyone had a great Thanksgiving and made some money on the NFL Thanksgiving slate. I know I did. We hit on a plus 600 SGP over on my Twitter, Moneyline Matt 8. We also had an absolute lotto, plus 10,000. It's like a 25 legger that missed by just 2 legs. So it's always fun getting a little action out there for the entire slate, seeing if you can make something crazy happen. But of course, the singles are where you make your bread and butter, and that's what we're going to be breaking down today. Okay, we're going to be talking about the San Antonio Spurs traveling on the road to face off against the Golden State Warriors. This is a minus 10.5 spread for the Golden State Warriors currently. The total in this one is 234.5. And as for the handle, 92% is going to that of the Warriors, 8% going to that of the San Antonio Spurs. And we're going to break this down in just 1 second. But before we do, we still got that awesome Turkey Day promotion that you need to take advantage of. Because what comes to mind when you think of Thanksgiving? Turkey, pumpkin pie, football, and the annual Wager Talk once a year $69 all access pass. This is a 7-day all access pass that gets you every play from your favorite handicapper. And for someone like myself, perfect. I do the NBA and NFL primarily. Still number 2 in overall profit for the NBA over at Sports Memo. And we're hoping that we get to that number 1 spot on this slate. So with that being said, let's break it down, because me personally, looking at a 10.5 spread attached to the Golden State Warriors right now, I don't care if it's the San Antonio Spurs. It seems like too much for me. You know, this is a Golden State Warriors team who is 7-9 overall on the season. Only twice have they beaten a team by double digits in those 16 games. One was the Detroit Pistons. One was the Sacramento Kings. And in that Sacramento Kings spot, if I remember correctly, I think De'Aaron Fox was out in that game. And you guys have heard me talk about this Golden State Warriors team if you've been paying attention to the channel or the videos that I do. I think this Golden State Warriors team is still desperately looking for that number 2 scorer. You guys heard me talk about it when they faced the Houston Rockets. Houston Rockets covered in that spot. There is so much pressure on Steph Curry at this point in time. He needs to have a huge volume, shooting 20 to 25 times. Yes, I do think the San Antonio Spurs is a great spot for someone like Klay Thompson to get going as well. We're going to talk about that in a little bit. But overall, I would be with the San Antonio Spurs and the plus 10.5. You know, the San Antonio Spurs, it's not pretty either. You go and look at their schedule. 6 times they've been on the road. 5 of those games they have lost by double digits. But in those games, Devin Vassell was out in some of them. Keldon Johnson was out in some of them. You know, you're coming off a couple of days rest with Thanksgiving. It's an in-season tournament game as well, so you expect those to be a little more scrappy. Teams getting a little more desperate, guys running their full minutes on top of that. And I will tell you right now, there is a huge mismatch with Victor Wembanyama and whoever runs that power forward position for the Golden State Warriors. Because right now, Draymond Green is still out. They only have one big man, true big man, in Kevon Looney, and he's going to be matched up with Zach Collins, who runs the 5. So that means Victor Wembanyama is going to be against Jonathan Kuminga, Andrew Wiggins, Dario Saric. I mean, this is a 7'4" dude who's going to be going against guys who are 6'7", 6'8", 6'9". So Wemby's going to be shooting like normal. He's going to have plenty of room to get that shot off, plenty of space. His line is 19.5 points. I love this play. I'm not going to lie. I'm even considering laddering it up to maybe 25, 30. 30 might be a little bit of a stretch, maybe a tiny sprinkle there. But I do think Wembanyama is due for a very big night. It is such a mismatch down there. I think the Warriors are going to struggle to rebound a little bit when you're going against guys like Zach Collins and Victor Wembanyama, basically 2 7-footers. Then you got Kevon Looney, who's a great rebounder, but he's still like 6'10". And Zach Collins, in addition to that, can hit that outside 3-pointer. So then you're drawing Kevon Looney out. You're getting him to that 3-point line. You're leaving Victor Wembanyama on the inside to clean up, put back, stuff along those lines. So Victor Wembanyama points plus rebounds might be a good look as well. I have not checked that out. But lastly, another look that I like is that over. I like the over 234.5 in this spot. I think this is a great game for the Warriors to get out and run. You're coming off Thanksgiving, so you have a nice rest. Everyone's going to be well rested, just kind of ready to play. You know, everyone's going to get their full minutes. You're going to get a lot of volume here because both of these teams are pace-up spots. And for the San Antonio Spurs, you know, this is a team who has the 28th overall defense. Both of these teams are top 12 in pace on top of that. And again, I think they're just going to get out and run. This is a Spurs team that has both Devin Vassell and Keldon Johnson back in their lineups. And these are 2 guys who are some of their primary ball scorers. Okay, so having them is huge. Wemby has a huge mismatch. I think we're going to see a lot of points in this matchup, and I think it's going to be an exciting spot. And, you know, you heard me talk about Klay earlier. I think this is a great spot for Klay on top of that. You know, Klay has been getting some open looks. He's just been missing them. Against a team like the San Antonio Spurs, you're going to find some wide open shots. And sometimes when you face these bad teams, it's a great opportunity to get some of your guys going who have been struggling. So I wouldn't be surprised to see Klay really kind of shoot a lot, a decent amount of volume, being aggressive early, and Steph maybe even letting him go a little bit. But I will say, anytime Steph's number is at 28.5, it's definitely something worth entertaining. I would not be surprised at all to see Clay and Steph hit in this spot. It's 28.5 and it's 16.5. That's pretty stereotypical for them if they were last year or the year before. The guy that I'm really kind of fading right now, I don't want to mess with, is Andrew Wiggins. But all in all, guys, I do think this is going to be an exciting game, in-season tournament game, action-packed, fast-paced, mismatches, a little bit of everything. So my plays for today are going to be the San Antonio Spurs plus 10.5, Wemby over 19.5, Clay over 16.5, total over 234.5. So I like those four. Wemby will definitely be official. Spurs maybe. The total will be an official play as well. So got a couple official plays for you guys in this game. Again, best of luck. Let's hit this Friday slate. I'm going to have some same game parlays over on my Twitter if you want to check that out. So head over there. Would greatly appreciate a follow. And as always, guys, appreciate you checking out the video. I'm Matt Wallace, Sports Memo Wager Talk. I'm out. Peace.